Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, we have the Hunt the Front Pro Late Model hosted session up, and we are live from the Eldora Speedway. Good evening, race fans. My name is Brett Wheeler. Thank you for joining us here on this Sunday evening as we get set for fixed Pro Late Models here from the Eldora Speedway. Race fans, my name is Brett Wheeler, joined by Stephen McMillan. Stephen, welcome into Ultimate Dirt TV as we get set for what was a last-minute broadcast, but we're happy to be here at the Eldora Speedway.
Yes, definitely. Anytime.
All right, we've got qualifying on the program right now. We'll take a look at some of the drivers on the racetrack. You'll see the top 20 qualifiers on the left-hand side of your screen. Of course, we'll keep an eye on some of the drivers. Of course, Austin Harnick, one of these drivers that we are watching at the moment. Let's just get a few things fixed up on the overlay. Down the bottom left, you'll see the driver that we are currently following on the racetrack in caliber 21, Austin Harnick, 5th quick. Chris Maguire in the Zero Machine sits 4th quick. You go back to Ryan Barker, caliber 23. As he's going to try and set the lap time here, as we had a full server of 60 drivers signed in for tonight's Hunt the Front Pro Late Model race. And again, Chris Fisher with a 16.510 quick time. Dalton Cloyd is second quick. Chris Malone third. Chris Maguire fourth. And Jesse Enterkin, who will round out the top 5. Adam Hulbert in caliber 76 sits 18th quick at the moment. Still a few more drivers to lay down a lap time here. Greg Moore, caliber 14, just sitting outside of the top 20 in 21st quick. And Derek Kraus in caliber 30 making his way onto the Eldora Speedway as we get set for his 2 laps around here. Big half a mile of a racetrack. And Steve, we've got 5 heat races on the program. This should be a pretty cool night. And again, a big thanks to the guys at Hunt the Front for putting on this one, and of course as well the guys that organised this one, of course, Team Valhalla Racing. So Derek Kraus in caliber 30, 45th quick. Greg Moore, a couple of guys still circulating on the racetrack. Kraus in caliber 30, see if he can better that time of a 17.116, just 6 tenths off the pace at the moment. And while he's playing silly buggers, so we'll look at some of the other drivers, as it looks like we've got 48 cars have officially taken a lap time, and that is going to pretty much do it for us here in the qualifying session for the Hunt the Front Pro Late Models presented by Valhalla Racing. Of course, don't forget, check out Hunt the Front on their social media pages, Facebook, YouTube. Give them a like, give them a subscribe as well. We appreciate their support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And of course, a big thanks to the guys at Valhalla Racing TVR. Make sure you check them out on their social media pages as well. Chris Fisher, Dalton Cloyd, Chris Malone, Chris Maguire, and Jesse Enterkin round out your top 5. Austin Harnick, Billy Hale, Trevor Biddling, Bailey Hip, and Jesse Johns will round out the top 10. Brett Pack, 11th, Coyden Jackson, Parker Tatro, Zach Nichols, and Matthew Stein in the 15th position. Bryce Nichols, Vern Bradley, Adam Hulbert, Michael Bumgarner, and Ryan Wiley, who round out the top 20 as the qualifying session rolls over. And it is now time for the first of 5 heat races on the program, Steve.
Yeah, first of 5, and looks like we got some heavy hitters.
All right, let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 1. Eight laps of distance for the 5 heat races. The top 4 will go straight through to the main event. Everybody else goes through to the B mains. And starting on pole in caliber 5, you're at quick time this evening. It's Chris Fisher. On the outside of your front row, caliber 21 of Austin Harnick. Harnick will start position number 2. Lining up at a position number 3, caliber 28, that's Brett Pack. On his outside, caliber 64, Bryce Nichols will start position number 4. Inside third row, the 14 of Greg Moore, Joseph Joyner, car number 31, will start position number 6. Out of position 7, the 117 of Joshua Johnson, Forrest Scott, car number 3, will start position number 8. Braden Ward,
You're a two-wheeled monster!
car number 40, will start position number 9. And Jordan Gage in car number 02 will start position number 10. Steve, who do you like in this one? Anyone tickle your fancy?
Nope, I'll let you pick.
Okay, well, it's hard to go past the guy that goes quick time this evening. And we'll also start on pole for heat race number 1. I'm going to go with Chris Fisher. 4 miles around the Eldora Speedway, half a mile in distance. This track is wide. And this should be an entertaining night here for the Hunt the Front Pro Late Model Series. Not even a series, it's in fact just a hosted race. But we get set for heat race number 1. And Chris Fisher and Austin Harnick on the front rows. We get set to go green flag action at a turn number 4. There is the green flag. It is out. We are underway here in the Pro Late Models at Eldora. Fisher got a good jump. There is Harnick in the all-white. Well, he's meant to have the 21 on the side of that car, but it's the all-white machine as Harnick dives down low, down into turn number 3 and 4. But it is going to be Chris Fisher who will officially lead the opening lap. Here comes Brett Pack in the number 28 machine, trying to work down low through turn number 1 and 2. Then you go back to Bryce Nichols in that 4th and final transfer spot right now. But again, the battle is on for 2nd and 3rd. Pack trying to make his way up on the inside on Harnick in turns 3 and 4. 2 in the books, team 6 to run.
That's right, 6 to run. You look right now, the 28 of Brett Pack putting the pressure on Austin. Looking underneath him, going in turns 3, side by side. Coming out of 4, he will have that 2nd spot.
Yeah, Pack going to move down low, down into turn number... Oh, I forgot what turn we're on, actually. I wasn't paying attention. Turns 1 and 2 as Pack will now take over position number 2. And again, this is 5 starting positions for each finishing position. Meanwhile, you look at the 4th place car, Bryce Nichols in the 64 car, making his way into position, or we'll try to look for that 3rd spot, I should say, and trying to just get one more insurance position right now, as here comes the 14 car of Greg Moore on the outside, looking in 3 to run at the start-finish line. The battle is going to be on for the final transfer position.
That's right. You know, Greg Moore looking in, and he's looking underneath, trying to get underneath the 64. He sticks the nose in, 64 slides up, coming down turn. They're going to be side by side, but 64 will have it.
Yeah, Bryce Nichols in that 64 machine again, holding on to the final transfer position. We'll start 20 cars from the heat races into tonight's main event as the white flag comes out. Final time for Chris Fisher. He enjoys a 1.6 second advantage over Brett Pack, who rides in 2nd. 3rd is Austin Harnick, and 4th is Bryce Nichols. They make their way out of turn number 4. And Chris Fisher going to get the win here in heat race number 1. 2nd going to go to Brett Pack. Austin Harnick will come home 3rd. Bryce Nichols in 4th. Those 4 drivers locking themselves into tonight's main event. Greg Moore, Joseph Joyner, Joshua Johnson, Jordan Gage, Scott, and I can't remember who that last guy was. The screen just rolled over there before I got to get that final finisher for heat number 1. And we'll see those drivers in tonight's B mains. Heat race number 2. We'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat number 2.
All right, starting in your front row, it'd be Dalton Claude out on his outside, Billy Hill. On your second row, inside, is Caden Jackson and Vern Bradley. Starting your third row is Cody Slauson. Outside of him, Amy Mitchell, which I'm sure that's his mother's name. You got Matthew Lonsford, Austin Hancock. Then starting 9th, you got Paulo. Starting 10th is Ryan Backer. Starting 11th is Brad Withenshaw. And then Chad Oxidine starting 12th for heat race number 2.
All right, again, Steve, you picking anybody in this one?
Nope.
Jeez, you're really staying away from things right now, aren't you?
I am.
Alright, well, we're going to go with, and again, these are all new faces here on Ultimate Dirt TV, so yeah, we're going to go with Billy Hale on the outside of the front row. We'll see if he can get the job done as Heat 2. Steve, it's all yours.
Green flag's out. You see Dalton getting the jump there. Billy Hale going to look underneath him, going to turn 1. Coming out turn number 2. It's Dalton with the lead. Billy Hale just hanging in there in that second spot. Really, the battle right now is off for your third spot. It's almost 3 wide. You see the 44 car get got loose. Actually, turn number 4. As you see, Dalton going to turns 1, coming out turn number 2. Battle really heating up there, Brett, for that third and fourth spot.
Yeah, we got Vern Bradley in the 58 machine. Then you got Caden Jackson in the 05. Jackson holds on to position 3, nearly getting into the back there of Billy Hale down into turn number 1 and 2. But again, here comes Bradley trying to look up on the inside. This is for third and fourth. Both drivers at the moment got themselves a spot in tonight's main event. However, Cody Slauson in the number 44 machine. Oh, we're going to car into the wall. I believe that might be Hale in the number 96 machine. It is Billy Hale. And again, he's gone from second to position 5. So he's gone from starting out of what would be position number 6 in tonight's main event. In fact, 7th. Now on the outside of tonight's A main. He'll have to come through one of the B mains. As there goes Matthew Lonswood in the 114 car, moving his way into position 5. And right now, the bubble spot, it belongs to the 44 of Cody Slauson. 5 down, 3 to run.
That's right, 3 to run. You look at that 2 car. I mean, he just really got a hefty lead advantage over your second spot of Caden Jackson. And Caden Jackson, you got company with a 58 looking underneath you for that second spot. As it comes out turn number 4.
Yeah, we've got the 58 of Vern Bradley working to the outside through turn number 1 and 2. Sits in position number 3 at the moment, so he's got at least one position before he has to think about maybe trying to give up that final transfer position. But 1 to go, Steve, bring it home.
Hit the wrong button there. She look at your leader. Don't. Come on. Coming out turn number 4. One last time as the number 2 car of Dalton will win this race with Caden Jackson second, Vern Bradley third, Cody Slauson fourth, Amy Mitchell, Matthew Lunsford fifth, sixth is Paulo. TVO just kind of went pew on.
Yeah, it does that every now and then, but it is what it is. You take the good with the bad. Heat 2 complete. We'll move on to heat race number 3. And let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole of heat number 3 for the front pro late models here from the Eldora Speedway. In car number 29, Chris Malone will start position number 1. Trevor Biddling at car number 225 will start on the outside of your front row at a position number 2. Position 3 going to be Parker Tatro in car number 98. Adam Holbert, car number 37 will start position number 4. Position 5 of the 51 of Paul Howard lines up alongside the 43 of Kyle Wiggins out of position 6. Royal Cutway, car number 49 will start position 7. Dustin Cyrus, car 32, will start position number 8. David Ages, car number 33, will start position 9. Joseph Preston, car number 20, will start position 10. Ryan Joyner in the 15 did not make the grid out of position 11. And Philip Wooten, car number 45, will start at the back row by himself in position what would be 11, but scheduled out of 12. Steve, anyone you like in this one? Or are you going to say no again? Okay, right. I think that's the theme of the night for Steve. Nope. I'm going to go with Chris Malone. And he will start on tonight's pole position for heat race number 3. 8 laps on the board once again. Top 4 going through. The rest of the drivers going through to the B mains. The green flag flies. We are underway. And Chris Malone got a good start. Biddling on the outside of the front row. Goes straight to the top side into turn number 1 and 2. Who's going to get the drive out down the back straight away? It's going to be Chris Malone. Here goes Biddling down to the inside. Looks for the slide job down into 3 and 4. And Biddling and Malone neck and neck at the start-finish line. Too close to call. I'm going to give that one to Malone. As Biddling slides up in front of Malone, they make contact. And now that's going to bring in Parker Tatro, the number 98 machine, and make this a 3-car battle for your race lead.
Really, Brett, it's more like a 5-car battle.
Yeah, you got Kyle Wiggins and Adam Holbert there as well. And again, 5 into 4 doesn't go. The yellow flag is going to fly for the first time this evening. So yellow flag in the heat races and, of course, B mains and, of course, tonight's main event. And, boys, we are, as these guys know, we are sort of strapped for time. So let's hopefully we don't see too many of these caution flags. But, of course, a massive thanks to the guys here at Hunt the Front for putting this on. Of course, presented by Valhalla Racing, TBR. Don't forget to search them on the Facebook and all the other social media pages. Of course, don't forget to hit the like and follow button on Ultimate Dirt TV. You can check out our website, www.ultimatedirttv.com. We are live across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And of course, well, we are in search of 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube side of things. We're getting close. If we could get you guys to go to www.youtube.com/ultimatedirttv, hit that subscribe button. As you know, it doesn't cost a thing on the YouTube page. Much appreciated. Steve, so far some good racing. The track is starting to get to where it's going to be very slick come those B mains.
Oh, definitely be really slick come to be main, but it'll be the feature race, be the slickest, Brett. Yeah, it's going to be the wildest one. Hopefully, it's some good racing. As late models, you can see either or. It's a crapshoot, you know, with a dry slick track. Just depend on the drivers. As you see lights go out on the pace truck this time, as Chris Malone will lead the field to the restart.
Yes, the lights out on the iRacing.com pace truck here at the Eldora Speedway. We will have a green-white checker, and just not an extended green-white checker version, just a normal green-white checker. 6 in the books with 2 to run. As it is a slow pace through turn number 3 and 4, pretty much the calm before the storm. However, this is only heat race number 3. Chris Malone, Trevor Biddling. The green flag flies once again down into turn number 1 and 2. Why does that stay? Why did that not stay?
And you look, Brett, he's good pressure on the high side.
Yeah, Biddling. He's working the outside of the racetrack, and he's almost going to have the race lead again. That was too close to call. Definitely a photo finish as the white flag flies at 2:25, and Biddling has got the run down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time in heat number 3. Biddling and Malone. Who's going to get it? Biddling at the line will get it. Second will go to Malone. Holbert will grab third. Parker Tatro will not grab fourth. It'll go to Kyle Wiggins. Tatro is going to get fifth. Cutway, Howard, Aegis, Preston, and Cyrus, your top 10, with Wooten rounding out this 11-car field. It's getting dicey, Steve. It's getting hot in the kitchen.
Hot in the kitchen. What are you cooking?
Not sure. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 4.
All right, on your front row, it's going to be Chris McGuire. And the 59 of Bailey Hip on the out second row. Inside is Zach Nichols. And then you got Michael Bumgarner starting fourth. On your third row inside, car number 16, Adam Huggins. On his outside is Tyler Gray. Starting fourth row, Brock Lovett. On his outside, Gavin McLeese. I believe if I said that right. Then starting ninth, it's Melissa Duff on the outside. Car number 27, Connor Lade. Then starting 11th is Brian Bart and Terry Hill starting 12th. And Brett, I will go with some of this one. I will go with my boy Chris McGuire.
Yeah, I'm actually having troubles here, so we're just going to take a quick break and come back. Hopefully we're not going to miss any racing.
All right, so we're having problems with the broadcast, but we're going to do it where at least you can hear my voice as Chris McGuire is leading, Michael Bumgarner in second, and right now in third is Bailey Hip as he started on the outside front row, fell back just a little bit, and you got 3-4 wide action from fifth on back. Chris McGuire will lead him down the back straightaway, and a caution's out on the racetrack. And that caution came out for Connor Lane. Connor Lane getting into him and Adam Huggins getting into each other on the back straightaway, coming out of turn number 2 as Brett Wheeler is starting to get the feed back up, so bear with us just a minute as we are on lap number 4. All right. As you see, 39 car stop on track. So right now, your top 5 look like this: Chris McGuire, Michael Bumgarner, Bailey Hip, Zach Nichols, Gavin McLeese. 6 is Brock Lovett, and then you have Melissa Duff at 7th, Tyler Gray at 8th, and 9th is Connor Lane. As they are double file, more likely the pace truck will turn off lights this time. As they do, they restart double file with Chris McGuire and Michael Bumgarner on the front row. And look at there, folks. I see cars on the track. Now I see them gone. All right, pace track pull takes them down the back straightaway. Chris McGuire and Michael Bumgarner on the front row. All right, pace truck will pull off. Chris McGuire looking. Green flag's out. He's on a lap pedal. It's Chris McGuire with a good jump there. And you look at Bailey Hip this time, doing a slide job on second place. All second and fourth kind of get into each other. Yellow flags out. We're going to go a green, white checker.
I don't know why you can't hear Earl. Can you hear me? Did not hear him call that caution.
All right, caution on the track.
Check the one on your headset.
Looks like involved with 50 car Tyler Gray.
1, 2, 3, loud and clear. You got a good copy?
On that restart coming out of 2, a lot of these drivers are getting together. And we apologize for the technical difficulties. It happens from time to time.
Yeah, very rarely. Very rarely on my end, I'm not going to lie about that one. I'm actually quite annoyed.
That's true. Very rarely ever happens, but it happens to the best of us, that's for sure. And you know what? What better way to do it's both of us being in it together, right?
Yeah, at least I got some sort of audio for that one. Again, I do apologize about that one, but unfortunately, couldn't do anything about that. So, apologize to not only all the people that are watching across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, but of course, I apologize to the guys at Hunt the Front and also to Valhalla Racing as well. It's issues that I don't normally come across, but
that's
green,
right.
White checker?
Green, white checker. The last restart, they got bundled up coming out of 2. And it's going to be Chris McGuire. And now Bailey Hip on the outside front row. As Bailey Hip on the last restart pulled a slide job on Michael Bumgarner. All right, pace truck taking them into turn number 3. Chris McGuire with slow and steady pace. Pace truck looks to pull off this time. Chris McGuire, he's on the lap, and a green flag is out. Good start, especially by Bailey Hip on the outside. Look, they go in turn number 1. Chris McGuire slides on up. Bailey Hip kind of ducks back underneath. As you'll see, coming down the back straightaway. Offensive action by Chris McGuire, taking it down low. You see Bailey Hip taking it back up high. Really, the battle's on for that 3rd and 4th spot. As you see, 2 to 3 wide action, Brett. Look, great racing. But on the final lap, It's going to be Mr. Chris McGuire coming out turn number 4. Bailey Hip comes home in second. Gavin McLeese comes home third. Fourth is Connor Lane. Fifth will be Michael Bumgardner and Zach Mickles, sixth.
All right, that is heat race number 4 completed. We'll move on to heat race number 5 before we get set for the 3 B mains plus a main event as well, 50 lap A main, of course, all thanks to Hunt the Front. Make sure you check them out on Facebook and YouTube and all their other social media platforms. We'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 5. Might be a shortened field, this one, for heat number 5, but they will line up like this. Jesse Enterkin, car number 56, and what a number that is. The greatest number of all. So Jesse in car number 56 will start on pole. Jesse Johnsrud, car number 75, will start on your outside. Matthew Stain in car number 53 will start position 3. Ryan Wiley in car number 10 will start position number 4. Position 5 going to be the 60 of Bryson Banks. Joseph Sparkman, car number 24 at a position 6. Miles Jansen, the 67 out of 7th. And Kyle Leonard in car number 18 at a position number 8. Steve, who do you got? Anyone? Anyone in this one? Or are you going to go nope?
I'm going to pick the cars that did not start the race. That might be the safest spot, as this is the last heat race of the night.
Yeah, 4 more cars to make up tonight's 20 car field, or 20 cars, 20 drivers from the heat races into tonight's main event. And I believe we might even be taking the top 2 from those B mains. More than likely to start 26 cars in this one, but we get set for 8 final laps of heat racing competition, and Jesse Enterkin in car number 56 will lead the field down into turn number 1 and 2, and with the track getting slicker and slicker right now, he goes through the middle of turn number 1 and 2 and will lead down the back straight away. He's staying in the 53 car, moves into position number 2. Bryson Banks working down low in that 51, the black and purple machine. He moves into position 3. And the 10 of Ryan Wiley now moving into position 4. Jesse Johnsrud getting shuffled back to position 5. Jesse had an outside front row starting position. He's not having all that much luck on the top side of the racetrack, as meanwhile, here comes Banks and Stain. They're going to run side by side down into turn number 1 and 2. Banks up on the inside, Stain on the outside. In fact, vice versa, I believe that is. The 53 is Stain. So here he's on the outside and Banks is on the inside.
That's right. What great racing you have for that second spot. Matthew Steen on the outside did a great job. But look at that 51 car trying to roll it in on the bottom. And you know, Bert, we've seen this many times when Eldora gets really slick. Just depending on the gearing you have, who will have the run coming out of each turn. You look at the 51. I mean, it looks like he has some laps he looks like it falls off just a tad bit.
Yeah, one thing about this race tonight is it's a fixed setup race, so all drivers are on the same setup. So it comes back down to the driver abilities, driver being able to read the racetrack and putting yourselves in those positions, you know, to make the best of what could be a bad situation, or just put yourself in a good position during a heat race and set yourself up for the main event. Here comes the 75, Jesse Johnsrud. He's moved back into position 4. He just lost a whole lot of speed and momentum there through turn number 3 and 4 as they get the 2 to go signal. Right now, Jesse Enderkin, the driver of the number 56 machine. Out in front, we'll see the white flag this time by. However, still a good battle between Bryson Banks and Matthew Stain in the 53 car. It's Banks who holds on to second position as they get the white flag that time by. It's Banks holding off Steen for second and third, but meanwhile into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. The 56 of Jesse Enterkin gets it done in heat race number 5. Second is going to go to Bryson Banks. Stain will grab third. Johnsrud in fourth. Then you go back to Sparkman, Learned, Wiley, and Jansen finishing 1 lap down. And that was just 8 cars in that one, Steve. But now we're going to move into the first of 3 B mains. And let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
All right, starting in front row, and car number 14, Greg Moore, on his outside. In car number 1, it's Michael Bumgardner. In your second row inside, car 72, Paulo. And on his outside, car number 18, Kyle Learn. Then starting fifth is Paul Howard, and Jordan Gage starts sixth. Seventh will be Melissa Duff, and then Austin Hancock will start eighth. Then you have Derek Gruss starting ninth, Dustin Cyrus starting 10th. 11th is Adam Lights, and then Ryan Barrett starting 12th. Then Chad Oxidine starting 13th. And we got quite a few, 3 cars that did not make the call.
Yeah, so that's going to put 10 cars on the grid, and on the racetrack we'll have 10 laps in distance. And Steve, if you're not the winner of this race, you're going home. Your night is done, so you must win this one if you want to advance into the feature event, and we will officially start 23 cars in tonight's 50-lap A main.
That's right. You see some people decide to go ahead and back it up early. So, I mean, we're seeing a lot of people just go ahead and disconnect it, Brett. But that's all right, because we got plenty of great action. As lights are on the pace track, the 14 of Greg Moore will lead the field down to the green flag as they enter in turn number 3. Michael Bumgardner on the outside front row. Pace track pulls off. Greg Moore on the lap, and a green flag is out, and it's time to go racing, folks. Only the winner will go through. We got a wreck going on the middle turns 1 and 2, and the yellow flag will come out.
Yeah, it's going to get desperate for the drivers in the back of the Packers. Well, let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay for the first time this evening. Oh, as you'll see here on your Wicked Cushion instant replay, the 0-2 there of Jordan Gage just getting into the back of the driver of the number 49 machine. And again, that driver is Kyle Learned. There's the car around, and of course the 51 of Paul Howard getting caught up involved in that one. So you see 2 cars facing the opposite direction. It's never a good sign, but
Never a good sign, but, you know, it happens. Part of racing, right?
It is. That's all it is. It's a part of sim racing. And of course, you know, we're going to give a shout out to the guys here at iRacing.com. They've given us a platform to race on here on the dirt side of things. I mean, we're going on, 2.5 years now in the dirt side of things. And, you know, you see tracks, the real life tracks like Eldora, Knoxville, Volusia, Lima. They've got the Chili Bowl, Kokomo, Fairbury, who was just added, about a month ago. These guys do a phenomenal job on making the tracks look, and the laser track scanned as well. It's just a phenomenal job on what they do.
And they're racked and stacked, and we're going to go restart racing in just a second as the pace truck will take them into turn number 3. Greg Moore is your control car with Michael Bumgardner on the outside. Pace truck pulls off. Greg Moore on the loud pedal. He gets a good jump this time. But you look right there in third spot. They're 3 wide for third. But look at Michael Bumgardner on the outside, going down the back straightaway. Outside of Greg Moore. Looking in. Hello, new race leader this time as he crossed the start-finish line. This could have been the answer that he needed. Michael Bumgardner getting a good jump. As we see cars go to every direction on the back straightaway, Brett.
Yeah, the 14, Greg Moore, man, he's gone from hero to zero in the space of a couple of laps as the iRacing.com pace truck comes out, and we're going to have a green-white checker to finish this one. But Michael Bumgardner in that number 1 machine, he's looking for that one and only transfer position. Now he's going to have to run just 1 mile around this half-a-mile High Bank Eldora Speedway. The house that Earl built, the Big E, Tony Stewart's bread and butter. But Michael Bumgardner's going to have to hold off 9 other hungry drivers to make tonight's main event.
And I would like to thank all 146 people watching on Facebook. Thank you for watching that Ultimate Dirt TV. Brett couldn't be, Brett couldn't do this without y'all's support. So thank y'all for supporting them and the hunt for the.
Yeah, this was a sort of a last-minute deal as well that sort of came about. Of course, Hunt the Front putting up their, I believe, a hat and stickers as well to tonight's winner of the 50-lap main event. So, of course, a big thanks to those guys. And, of course, a big thanks to the guys over at TVR, Chris Malone and Valhalla Racing for coming to me and asking me to broadcast this one. Of course, they were told that we are on a bit of a time limit schedule. Of course, big thanks to those guys for allowing Ultimate Dirt TV to bring you the action here this evening. The pace track is in as the green-white checker is in effect, and Michael Bumgarner now finds himself just 2 laps away from victory lane and putting the number one machine. He's got the 17 on the side of that car. He's got a handy lead going down into 3 and 4 for the final lap. Steve, bring it home.
That's right, as it comes down. White flag. I mean, checker flag. No, what's a white flag, isn't it, Brett?
Yeah,
Got a little confused there. That's okay. See Michael Bumgarner going to the bottom as he come out of turn number 4. It's going to be Michael Bumgarner, Melissa Duff, and Ryan Barrett come home in 3rd. Kyle Learned and Paul Howard. I'm still looking at the ATVO. Wrong. There you go, Brett. I could screw up. There's my screw up from that.
Well, that's look, it happens. It's fine. Yeah, there's your finishing order on the screen right now. And of course,
Thank you.
Hunt the Front B main number 1 is complete. I think you might have been looking at the starting grid, but anyhow, B main number 2. We'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole in B main number 2, the 114 of Matthew Lunsford. Joseph Sparkman, car number 24, will start position number 2. Royal Cutway, car number 49, will start position 3. Joshua Johnson, the 117, will start position 4. Position 5 is going to be the 16 of Adam Huggins. Amy Mitchell at a position number 6. Miles Jansen, Joseph Preston didn't grid. Braden Ward, Tyler Gray, Brad Withenshaw, Aaron Johnson, and Ryan Joyner. I can tell you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars in tonight's second B main. And again, you must win if you want to move on to tonight's 50-lap main event. And well, these boys are really going to cut it fine when it comes to the time-wise, Steve.
That's right. All right. Some of the guys, like we said, already packed it up, but we got 7 cars, 1 person advance, and I'm going to pick whoever comes out in front. How about that, Brett?
I'll pick the winner.
Don't pick my pick.
I'm picking the guy that finishes first.
All right, pace truck.
You can have the other 6.
Oh, we got a car already sideways, Brett, but he collects it back up. As you look right now, Joseph Sparkman to the front as he goes to the high side. Matthew Lunsford looking on the bottom as he comes out of 4. It's going to be Joseph leading the first lap.
Yeah, Sparkman will lead lap number 1. Gets a little out of shape there. Out of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Matthew Lunsford, your pole sitter. Well, he's now trying to go back through the middle of turn number 1 and 2. It'll be 2 down, 8 to run. Sparkman leads from Lunsford. Lunsford driving in deep down into 1 and 2. Once again, trying to find the grip through the middle of the racetrack. As it's still Sparkman on the top side through turn number 3 and 4. Taps the wall. And again, that top side starting to come back in, Steve.
It is starting to come back. And you look, even that middle groove got a little bit of bite to it. Not much, but got some. As you see, Matthew Lunsford, as we got a caution. Caution on.
Yeah, we got Royal Cutway in the 49 machine and Braden Ward in car number 40 around us to give us an opportunity right now to take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay and see while these drivers were facing the wrong way, and it was a case of, I believe it was the 40 machine of Ward just getting into the back there of the 002 of Amy Mitchell, and then Royal Cutway nowhere to go in that exchange again. Just a little too hard on the throttle and maybe not reading the traffic in front of the number 49 machine. But sometimes, Steve, it's hard to see from the looking out to the right side if they're in that blind spot in these late models.
Well, looking to the right side, yes, there's a blind spot, but also coming out too. A lot of drivers run the high side lock to cut it down or diamond off of it, and if you're on the inside, you're not prepared for that, and you will make contact. So, guys, watching on Facebook, since I'm watching the live chat, I need y'all to help me pick the person I need to pick for the future race time. So y'all get the names posted on there and help me pick out who's going to be the winner, so I can be
Of the feature event?
Yeah, they need to go ahead and get started.
Yeah, I'm picking first. I'm going Chris Maguire.
Don't pick him.
What do you mean? I just did. Too late, buddy. I've already picked him. Maguire's my pick. Yep, he's going to go straight to the front in the hunt at the front as we get set to go green flag for 3 more laps, hopefully, around the Eldora Speedway. B-Main, number 2, Joseph Sparkman, getting a good launch off turn number 4 as the green flag will fly once again. As down into 1 and 2, look at the 50 machine of Tyler Gray. Looking up on the inside of the 114 of Matthew Lunsford. They race side by side. Again, they're on the outside looking in. You need to win this race if you want to make the 50-lap main event. We've still got one more B-Main after this, and here comes Tyler Gray down through the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. Lunsford's got to run on the top side once again, so they trade spots, and now it's going to be Gray to go back upstairs into turn number 3 and 4, but the white flag flies. Final lap of B-Main number 2 and the 24 of Joseph Sparkman makes his way down the back straightaway for the final time. 2 turns to make the 50-lap main event into turns 3 and 4. Joseph Sparkman gets the win in car number 24. Matthew Lunsford, Tyler Gray, Adam Huggins, Amy Mitchell, Braden Ward and Royal Cutway. Your 7 cars in B-Main number 2. And Steve, we are now just 10 laps away from finding out which 23 starters will make victory lane later on tonight. We'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for B-Main number 3.
All right, so on your front row, be car number 98 of Parker Tatro, I guess that's how you say it. Then on his outside, car number 31, Joseph Joyner. Zach Nichols, so far not makes the call. Starting third on his outside. And car number 25 is Billy Hill. Third row inside is Ryan Wiley. On the outside, in car number 33, David Eggers. Starting 7th is Forrest Scott and Brock Lovett. Starting 8th in car number 55 as the cars pull up onto the track.
I love it. I love it. Brock loves it. No? Over your head? Brock love it? He loves it? Yep, nah, well,
It's PG.
Yeah,
PG.
Yeah,
Thank you.
No, that was just
keep PG. Hush, hush, hush.
Yeah, Forrest Scott.
Eat bar soap.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I just said Brock love it. He loves it.
If you ever watch...
One went straight over your head. Straight over your head.
If you ever watch me and Brett broadcast after 9 p.m. Eastern time, it goes rated R, and right now it's PG time. All right, Parker will lead the field to the green flag with Joseph Joyner on his outside. Pacetrack pulls, takes him into turn number 3. They're in the middle of the track right now. Pacetrack looking to pull off. And Parker is on the loud pedal. Green flag is out. Woo-woo! Parker taking that middle low line, but look out. Car number 47, Zach Nichols jumps to the high side. And right now, we got cars going every direction back here. But it's all right because they're putting up a race up front. And Zach Nichols takes the lead down the back straightaway from Parker. Brett?
Yeah, no, just doing other things, just trying to get the few things sorted. As it's, Zach Nichols is out in front in the number 47 machine, the blue, green, yellow with the pink rims. It's a very weird looking paint scheme, not going to lie. The 98 to Parker Tatro falls back to position number 7. Well, he's at about 7/10 of a second. And again, Steve, we're starting to see these drivers, well, the faster guys, driving the outside of the racetrack, get up on that cushion. And who knows what this track is going to do late in the 50-lap main event later on.
That's right. Don't forget they got a 5-minute warm-up after this last chance race. Zach Nichols is really, he has gave himself a tremendous lead over Parker running the high line. You know, baby Parker, if he get up and go to the high side, he might start to roll him in, catch him a little bit, but I really doubt it because Zach's just really took off like a shot out of that can.
He's just absolutely gone right now in the number 47 machine. He leads by 1.8 seconds. I dare say he was 2.5 tenths of a second quicker on the previous lap. He is now 4 tenths of a second quicker on that lap. So he's cleared away from Parker Tatro in the 98 by 7 tenths of a second in just 2 laps, and it's only going to get bigger with Zach Nichols running lap times in the 16.6s, 16.7s. That one was a 16.662. Tatro has finally, well, worked up the courage and grown a set of grapefruits there. And he's gone to the top side, but I think it's going to be too little too late, Steve. And just in that warm-up session, there's going to be no warm-up session. They are going to roll it over straight to the main event. 2 to go, Steve, for Zach Nichols in the 47. Bring it home.
Zach Nichols. He already, unless he just really screws up the next 2 laps. It's all his. As they go around taking the white flag this time. As Parker is second, Joseph Joyner is third. As you look, Zach Nichols taking them into turn number 3. As he run the high side, coming out of 4. Your B-main number 3 winner, Zach Nichols, will get the transfer spot. Parker finished second. Joseph Joyner will finish third. Fourth would be Billy Wiley, and then Brock Lovett, David Aggers, and then Billy Hale will finish second.
Yeah, there is the unofficial results for the Hunt the Front B-main number 3. Now, as I said, this warm-up session, it's pretty much not going to go any further. They might give the drivers 1 minute, but they're not going to let this run out for the full 5 minutes, as they know time is not on their side. They've got about 15 minutes to get this in, and there it is. Checkered flag already being thrown. Of course, a massive thanks to our sponsors and partners here at Ultimate Dirt TV. You can find them on our website. Go to www.ultimatedirttv.com. A big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, National Oval Racing Association, JR Productions and Media, Monsters of Dirt, iRacing iFlags, and Black Diamond Motorsports. Check them out on Facebook, Twitter. You can, as I said, you can find all their social media pages plus their websites on our website at www.ultimatedirttv.com. Again, we are looking for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, I know there's a few of you watching on there, hit that subscribe button as we'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's main event. $23 starters for the Hunt the Front Pro Late Models, presented by Valhalla Racing. And your A-main lineup looks like this. Chris Fisher, car number 5, will start position 1. Dalton Cloyd will start position 2. Trevor Biddling and Chris Maguire will start out of positions number 3 and 4. Jesse Entergan will start position 5. Brett Pack out of position 6. Caden Jackson and Chris Malone make up row number 4. Bailey Hipp will start position 9. Bryson Banks will start at a position at number 10. Austin Harnick and Vern Bradley will start 11th and 12th. Adam Holbert, Gavin McLeese will start 13th and 14th. Matthew Stain out of position 15. Bryce Nichols out of 16. Cody Slawson out of 17th. Kyle Wiggins 18th. Connor Lane 19th. 20th, Jesse Johnsrud, Michael Bumgarner, Joseph Sparkman, and Zach Nichols. And Steve, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars not grid up. So this is going to put 17 cars on the racetrack for 50 laps around the Eldora Speedway. I've already taken Chris Maguire. Who you got?
Well, I guess I'll go with Chris Fisher as they're racked and stacked. Lights are out on the pace truck. We'll fix to go 50 furious laps around here at Eldora Speedway.
Yeah, it's half a mile per lap, so you're looking at 25 miles around the Eldora Speedway. Of course, a big thanks to the guys, again, at Hunt the Front. Make sure you give them a like on Facebook, give them a follow as well. And if you haven't done so already, hit their subscribe button on their YouTube side of things. We get set for 50 on the board. Chris Fisher and Dalton Cloyd, the front row. Green flag is out. We are underway in tonight's main event, and it's going to be the 5 of Chris Fisher getting to the top side of the racetrack, and here comes Cloyd up top as well. Now working down low, the 56 of Jesse Enterkin as well. He's trying to make a run for this one. He's on the inside there of Chris Maguire down into turn number 1 and 2. Enterkin Maguire side by side for positions 3 and 4. But however, Chris Fisher continues to pace the field into turns 3 and 4.
He does pace the field pretty well. But, you know, we've seen it. We got a car around on turns 4 there. But it looks like we stay green. But, you know, I wonder if this is going to be like as we see many super late model races, where the driver with the best throttle control go to the bottom and pick them off one by one.
Well, I guess we're about to find out. We've still got 47 laps to run. 3 in the books. Chris Fisher, your race leader. Dalton Cloyd, who rides in second in the number 2 machine. Chris Maguire in the 0. He's going down low, trying to test the waters down to the bottom side into turn number 3 and 4. Top 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4. Lap times a little slower than the guys running up front. We just completed lap number 4 as the first yellow will fly. Zach Nichols already going a lap down. Kyle Wiggins in the 43 car. We've already had Austin Harnick as well. His night is done along with Caden Jackson. So we're looking at probably 13 cars left, or 14 cars, left on the lead lap. And again, this is going to be very interesting here on these restarts as well, Steve. Especially if they double them up. You know, the likes of Chris Maguire, if he's starting behind, well, he will be starting behind the leader in position 3. He's going to be able to get the good jump on Dalton Cloyd on that outside front row.
That's right. You know, I mean, basically, all Chris has to do is get a good jump on each of these restarts he has. So it's going to be a mind game he plays with Dalton. But Dalton has to be ready for the starts. I mean, don't let Chris get that jump, and he could have the lead going into turn 1.
Alright, so the driver's on the 2 to green signal right now. They'll get the 1 to green signal this time by, so laps 7 and 8 will be completed, and we'll still have 42 to run. So still a fair way left in this one, Steve, when it comes to making those moves. You know, first you got to find your groove, and then it's time to make your move after that one. Of course, we're not done with after this race either. Of course, we are going to be live for the National Oval Racing Association UMP Modified National. Steve, we take a quick trip out to the Knoxville Raceway, I believe it is, for night number 1 of the NORA UMP Nationals.
That's right. As the cars get racked and stacked, going down the back straightaway, Chris Fisher will lead them to the green flag on restart number 1. As they go in the middle turns 3. Going into turn number 4. Pace truck pulls off. Chris Fisher with a late jump on the start. But that's what Dalton Cloyd needed. But look at Chris Fisher strictly to the top. Dalton will kind of look underneath, going down the back straightaway.
So who had problems on that restart was Chris Maguire in the 0 machine. Jesse Enterkin now moves to the outside. Enterkin will now move into position number 3. Here comes Chris Malone on the bottom side. Up on the inside on Chris Maguire. So Malone has moved his way to position 5. I think he started position 8 out of this one. However, it's Chris Fisher in the 5 machine who leads. 1/5 of the race is complete. 10 down, 40 to run, and the 5 of Chris Fisher will lead down into 1 and 2. Once again, Dalton Cloyd in second, but the battle is on for 3rd and 4th. Enterkin holds on to position 3. Maguire in 4th, and here comes Malone rounding out the top 5.
That's right. And you know, look at Fisher. He has for about 4 car lengths put on second place of Dalton. And then Dalton has for about 2 car lengths in front of third. But look at Chris McGuire trying to work that bottom to middle groove there.
Yeah, almost getting up into the side of Jesse Entigan there as we've seen the battle for about 7th through to 11th on back. There's 5 cars. There goes Maguire. Slides up to the top of the racetrack into turns 3 and 4. He'll stay up top in turns 1 and 2. Here comes Entigan with a slide job, realizing he wasn't going to clear Maguire. Would have absolutely nailed the left-hand door panel of the number 0 machine. So Entigan did a good job to pull that 56 up. But now he's got Malone and Kyle Wiggins behind him. Wiggins is actually running right through the middle of 1 and 2 right now. And where did Wiggins start in this one? Let's find out. He started 18th, so he started deep in this field, and he's now made his way already up to position number 6. But I've got to say, Maguire, who's quickly moved into second, he's now not wasting any time. He's got a 1.9 second differential between himself and Chris Fisher.
That's right, Maguire. I mean, we have seen him, Brett, start dead last in so many races because, you know, this boy loves to eat and fails to make, say,
starting
qualifying heat race or starting grid or something. You're right. And he's worked his way up front many league races to almost capture a win. So this is something we're used to seeing as me and you. And he's slowly closing in on that leader.
Yeah, he's slowly chipping away at the 1.8 second differential. You see Chris Fisher on screen in car number 5 will complete lap number 18, 32 to go. Maguire rides in second, Dalton Cloyd in third. Fourth is Jesse Entigan. When you go back to the 5th place driver of Chris Malone in the 29 machine. Kyle Wiggins in 6th, Vern Bradley 7th, Cody Slauson, Adam Holwood. Then you go back to Bryce Nichols rounding out your top 10, and there is Adam Holbert stuffing himself into the wall. Slauson goes to the bottom side as these drivers are starting lap number 20 right now. And we're 30 laps away this time by from finding out if Chris Fisher is going to hang on, and he's now put a 2.3 second gap to Chris Maguire.
That he has done. And, you know, I'm watching Chris Maguire. I mean, he's running the high side, but, you know, I'm starting to wonder. You know, you really don't know until you test the waters. It's about time for him to maybe go back to the bottom and see if we can catch him.
Well, considering the Fisher's like absolutely rolling topside, I don't think it's a wise move to. I mean, but as it stands at the moment, he's 2.5 seconds.
He's already losing ground.
Yeah, he's 2.5 seconds away. I mean, that last lap was, you know, close to 0.2 of a second differential between Fisher and Maguire. So again, maybe it might be time just to go down there for a lap. If you at the moment you're already losing 0.2 of a second per lap. So I mean, at this rate, he's gonna lose out by probably a good 6 or 7 seconds in this one if it was to stay green for the rest of the way.
That's right. So he needs to hunt for the right line to gain that speed. But
he needs to hunt the front.
Fisher, that's right. Chris Fisher has his eyes set on some lap traffic for it.
Yeah, he's making his way towards the back of this field right now. And, of course, the first car on his radar, the number 28 machine, Brett Pack. As Pack's going to go through the middle of turn number 1 and 2, he will slide up to the cushion. And Fisher's got to be patient here. He can't get... I guess he can't get flustered in trying to, force the issue on these guys because it can come back to bite him in the backside as he goes down low through 3 and 4. He will go the double slide job down into turn number 1 and 2.
Oh!
And boy, sparkling Brett Pack around. He stays. Oh, yellow.
Well, first off, Chris Maguire must have been loving the race with lap traffic. I will say that because he was gating on him 2.5 a lap. But in other words, this helps Chris Maguire out again on this.
Yeah, but this actually helps Chris Fisher as well because now he doesn't have to worry about those lap cars. He's going to have a clear track in front of him for the next 20 laps. And we've seen what Fisher was like in that clean air. He just he was annihilating Maguire.
Oh, he was, definitely. Like I said earlier, hopefully He was searching to see where his car gets a bite. As you know, as you said previously, this is a fixed setup, so everybody on the same setup. This is all about driver. Hopefully he did some searching and maybe found something, maybe, but maybe not.
We are officially going to have 20 laps left to run when we go green flag next time by not this time, but the following lap. So this will complete lap number 29. Then we'll get the one to green on lap number 30. So we'll start lap number 31 when we go green. And again, 30 down, 20 to go. Just the 2 cautions in this one. And Steve, we're not going to... The plan was, after tonight's race in the Hunt the Front Pro late models, we were going to chat to your winner. But of course, due to the time restrictions and having a full 60-car server, having 5 heat races, 3 B mains, and plus a 50-lap main event, of course, time is already against us at the moment. As I said, we've got the National Oval Racing Association UMP Modified Nationals to come after this one. So we're not going to chat to our winner. So we're going to quickly wrap this one up in the next 20 laps. As we go back to green flag action, as Chris Fisher got a good jump once again on Maguire. Fisher got straight to the top side in 1 and 2. You can see Maguire, oh no, car around at the back, and we immediately go yellow. And look at the intentions of Maguire. I think he was going for that slider, but then backed out of it once that yellow flag came out. So again, maybe Maguire might have just shown his hand just a little too early, Steve.
Well, cautions, breed cautions, and Maguire. He might have showed his hand a little too early. Maybe. But maybe that's a deploy to get Chris to jump to the bottom and he goes straight to the high side to get that run coming out of turn. Who knows?
Maybe.
It's all a game in the head. It's like playing. How someone say it?
It's like playing chess. You've got to be
You're playing chess to checkers. You know what I mean?
You got to be 3 steps ahead of your opponent. Well, we'll take a look now at your rundown order just quickly and how they're going to restart in this one. Again, this is not the finishing results. This is just your restart order. Fisher, Maguire, Cloyd, Wiggins, Enterkin round out your top 5. Malone, Stain, Holbert, Nichols, and McLeese, your top 10. And then, of course, you go over the page to Nichols, Pack, Slawson, Bradley, the top 14 cars left on the lead lap. Sparkman, 1 lap down, and Connor Lane, a couple of laps down as well. In fact, 4 laps down, but I believe... No, he's still circling, so 4 laps down. He's going to be at the back of the bus. We're going to have 16 laps left to run in the Hunt the Front main event for the Pro Late Models. Presented by TVR. Chris Fisher once again lead the field off of turn number 4. Slow pace. Maguire tried to jump the start as he backed out of the throttle. That was the time for Chris Fisher to go green as he's going to slide up in front of Maguire. Maguire going to turn it underneath him. Here comes the 43 of Kyle Wiggins from 18th up to position 3. Down into 3 and 4 we go. There's the move for the race lead from Chris Maguire. How will Fisher respond? Well, he's going to have Kyle Wiggins up on the outside. So who knows? Kyle Wiggins might be a chance in this one. Holy smoke and batfish. What a slider. What a crossover by the Chris's. Fisher and Maguire putting it on and turning up the wick here at the Eldora Speedway.
That's right. It really put these slide jobs on the driver. You gotta really think ahead because you keep starting it early. It's good. Oh, we got a caution. One upside down on the back straight.
Just when you thought this was going to get interesting, well, you put the lid on you put the cap on the bottle, you shake it around, and it's like a soda. It is gonna. It's like Coke and Mentos. Stuff is gonna happen. It's gonna fly. It's gonna pop.
And I'm looking on here. Blake Majulis is watching us. Hey, Blake.
Never heard of her. He's actually. That's my second favorite Blake. Oh, that's right. He's my favorite Blake if he pays me money.
Matulis.
Yeah, Blake Matulis. Stop it, Steve. You're gonna get me in trouble.
Come on, Blakely. Why'd you not join?
Because he wasn't good enough to run with these guys, let's be honest. Like, yeah, you might be a World of Outlaws late model, iRacing series champion, but come on. he can't hang with these guys. Hello, Tim.
Well, I talked to him in an official race earlier the week, and he just got his stuff from winning the championship. He was opening it that night. So I do know he's richer. He could pay us some money, maybe some hush.
Yeah, I'll take some hush money. Shh. All right, lights are out on the iRacing.com pace truck. We have 40 down, 10 to run in the Hunt the Front Pro Late Models, presented by Team Valhalla Racing, TVR. Make sure you check them out on all their social media pages. Give them a like and a follow as we get set to go green, hopefully for the final time. We'll see what Maguire and Fisher put up with here as the green flag flies. We're back underway, and Fisher immediately to the top side without having to pull that slider on Maguire. How will Maguire respond? Look at the two of Dalton Cloyd. There goes Maguire down low, down into turn number 3. By the time he gets to turn 4, he's on the top side, he's on the cushion. But here comes Fisher once again.
Oh, yellow, and he's the leader.
Who are they going to give it to? Is it going to be Maguire or Fisher?
If it's Maguire, this is what he needed. He needed to control the start of the race, and it looks like it's Maguire who will acquire the lead.
Oh, geez, this can be a cruel sport sometimes. It is. It's iRacing is just a funny simulation. Oh, funny things happen sometimes, but hey, you take the good with the bad, right? And well, at the moment, Chris Fisher, he would be absolutely spewing right now.
Choo choo!
Where's the train? I don't see any train tracks around here, buddy. So this will put us now into, I believe, a 5-lap dash to the end, 2.5 miles. And Chris Maguire now, it'll be his turn to restart. The lights out already. Oh boy, that was actually...
Yeah, lights are out.
That was quick. Yeah, so in fact, it's going to be 6 laps now.
Let's see who comes home, who comes in like a wrecking ball.
Alright, so quickly after this race, guys, we are going to be shutting the stream off. We will be live once again. And of course, we'll be live for the National Oval Racing Association UMP Modified Nationals. Let's get these final 6 laps in first as the green flag will fly. And we are underway in tonight's main event once again. Look at them, 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. Wiggins in the 43 right through the middle. Fisher up on the outside. Have a look at the 47 right now. Oh, Zach Nichols. Zach Nichols, he won one of the B mains. I'm pretty sure he would have started 23rd in this feature field right now, and with just 5 to go. Excuse me, he's up inside of a top 5 and looking for a potential podium.
Yep, but watch out, Chris Maguire, because Chris Fisher is up your rear end. Down low, going to turn number 1, Chris Fisher doing a slide job. Chris Maguire ducks underneath, going down back straightaway. Chris Maguire will go down, does a slide job on Chris Fisher. Coming out of turn number 4, Maguire in the wall. Chris Fisher underneath, yellow flag is out. Who does iRacing give it to now?
Oh man, that was going to be the greatest final 3 laps in the history. It looks, and it took about 2 or 3 laps for Fisher to get back going again. And would you believe it? I think it's all but over right now. We are going to have a green-white checker to find out who is going to be the victor here at the Eldora Speedway for the Hunt the Front Pro Late Model Race. And of course, presented by TVR. A green-white checker incoming, and the restart, Steve, is going to be the most important restart of the night for the driver of both the 0 machine of Chris Maguire and also the 5 of Chris Fisher.
That's right. Brett, depending on Maguire's restart of this race, if Chris Fisher gets a good run, really the winner will be determined going into 3 on the last lap if they start pulling the slide jobs on each other.
Yeah, it's going to be all or nothing for these drivers. They come in with nothing, and well, there's a prize for first place. It's going to be a Hunt the Front hat and stickers to the winner of this one. So we thank those guys for putting up the prize money. As the lights go out right now on the racing.com page truck, and a green-white checker. So 1 mile around the Old Dora Speedway. Who is going to park their Pro late model on the front straightaway and park it in victory lane? 2 laps to go. Chris Maguire will restart out of position number 1. Chris Maguire out of position number 2. You go back to Kyle Wiggins and Zach Nichols in row 3. Dalton Cloyd and Chris Malone in row number 3. But I think anywhere from there on out, it's not going to matter, because right now the green-white checker comes out and Chris Maguire leads. Chris Fisher down into 1 and 2. Wiggins in 3rd. Down your back straight away for the penultimate time. Here comes the 5, getting a run on Maguire. So Fisher, he's got one final chance to make something happen into turns number 1 and 2 for the final time. And down your back straight away, the front pro late model race at the Eldora Speedway. Maguire goes down low. He leaves the top side open. They come out of turn number 4. Fisher into the wall. But Chris Maguire going to get the victory. And he will take home a hat and some stickers thanks to the guys at Hunt the Front. And boy, oh boy, see, Steve, I started the night off with picking the winner, and I'll end the night off with picking a winner as well.
Well, there we go. Good luck.
All right,
Congratulations.
So Chris Maguire, Chris Fisher, Zach Nichols, your top 3. Chris Malone, Dalton Cloyd, Matthew Stain, Kyle Wiggins, Bryce Nichols, Gavin McLeese, Jesse Endican will round out your top 10. Brett Pack, Cody Slawson, Vern Bradley, Joseph Sparkman, Adam Holbert, Connor Lane, and Austin Harnick were the 17 drivers to start this one. Of course, the drivers not starting: Jackson, Biddling, Hip, Banks, Johns Rudd, and Bumgarner. That'll wrap us up here. And of course, a big thanks to the guys at Hunt the Front and also TVR, Team Till Valhalla Racing. Make sure you check them out on all their social media pages. Make sure you hit the like and follow button on our Facebook page. If you can, go to our YouTube, youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. Hit that subscribe button. And we are going to be live once again in about the next 5 to 10 minutes right here across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, on behalf of your broadcast team tonight, Steve McMillan and myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell. Congratulations goes to Chris Maguire. And until next time, we'll see you then.